Saturday's live football line. It might surprise some to learn that there's a welterweight in these parts who's won 24 straight as a professional so far and might just be about to emerge at last. Michael Jennings is the name. Surely it must be his time now. He's 27. His best win came here at the M.E.N arena in October against Chris Saunders. Now he was looking to build on that against the Romanian Vasile Dragomir, a one-time holder of his national title at lightweight. But a chance for Jennings here to get some much-needed international experience.
Well, he's carefully, quietly crept his way through a 6-year professional career so far. Will 2005 finally mark a serious breakthrough for Lancashire's talented Michael Jennings? More rounds to be clocked up here against Romanian import Vasile Dragomir, who's 3 years younger and who, Jim, we hope is arriving with some ambition.
Yeah, well, because we won't want to see Jennings in a decent workout, because quite soon they'll have to move him on. He's 27, he's really boxing well, probably producing the form of his life. So he's an ambitious young kid. We don't want to see him become a little bit fed up, start making silly mistakes, because he doesn't really have a challenge in front of him. So hopefully Dragomir will present some sort of challenge tonight.
Last 12 months or so, there seems to be an increased confidence, a bit more maturity about Michael Jennings. Self-belief that goes with winning ways, unbeaten in 24. Got the centre of the ring here. Will he try and back Dragomir up early?
Well, Dragomir looks nice and relaxed. His own jabs coming out quite sharply, not landing too often at the moment. And it looks as though he might have something to offer.
Has won 11 of 14. The 24-year-old from Bucharest, but he's hurt there by a clean shot, and Jennings piles on the pressure.
That was a nice touch. Dragomir has just probably produced his best work of the round so far. And then Jennings comes back with an answer like that, but his hands are too low. He's been caught a couple of times there, punches he shouldn't be taking.
Did make a fairly nervy start last time out when he had a career best win against Chris Saunders. And a bit of blood already by the left eye of Dragomir. So just needs to watch that head movement, doesn't he, Jim?
Yeah, but I think he's too intent on his own punches. He leaves his chin a little bit exposed when he's on the attack himself. But he's been caught a couple of times. Maybe he should have been having a slightly longer look at Dragomir before getting down to work. Nothing serious, but he's landed the better punches in the opening round.
Admits he does get butterflies. He's a real calm, quiet individual, Michael Jennings. Very polite, keeps himself to himself, gets on with his gym work, and very fit and dedicated. How good is he?
Well, I like the way Dragomir's trying to get close before he lets the punches go, but that was an entertaining first round.
We're in the 10 stone 7 welterweight division, the black trunks with the white tassels and red stripe of Chorley's popular Michael Jennings, 27 years of age, and the blue of Romanian Vasile Dragomir. What's he got to offer? Can put the punches together, but a bit of eye damage. And will that give Jennings some confidence to increase the variety and power?
Well, early signs are that Jennings is going to have to work for it tonight. Dragomir doesn't look too bad. He doesn't throw wide, hopeful punches. He tries to get his feet close before he gets the punches off. So he's thinking, he knows his way around. So Jennings is going to have to concentrate here and cut down on the mistakes.
He's coming off a win in Salzburg in December. Dragomir. So he'll have his own ambition and Drive.
Just not timing his work properly at the moment, Jennings. He's forcing, he's trying to set a pace, but just doesn't have the timing right that we expect from him.
Nice smile from Michael Jennings. He doesn't want to get involved close, does he? Need to keep it from the outside, Jim.
Yeah, but he has to be careful backing off with his chin a little bit exposed. I mean, Dragomir's good at blocking punches, then coming back with counters. That's what he has to be careful of. So if he's in punching range, he wants to let the punches go. Then if he's backing off, get the chin down a little. See, then he's caught again. Right. When he's throwing punches himself at Adam, that's when he's most vulnerable.
Right hand, bang on the chin there from Dragomir. And concerned look from Michael Jennings' corner. And a left hook really shakes him. And this is worrying times for Michael Jennings. Real big crisis.
Well, the meaningful punches have been landed by Dragomir in this round. He's turned this all the way around. Jennings was boxing well. Defence is letting him down. Just close to a disaster.
Break!
Got just over 10 seconds left in the round. Dragomir to try and land another one on the exposed chin of Michael Jennings. As he weathered the storm, gets back to his jab. Oh dear, worst round of his career so far.
This fella can punch. Hang on, keep the hands up. Mate, you cannot afford to fight like this. I'm telling you, you've got to box him. Just get them straight shots in and move out until you take the strength out of him. Right? You're fighting him, you're letting him come back. You duck lovely again, then come back up in a straight line. That's where he caught you.
Yeah.
Did he hurt you when you went there?
Well, come on, see the signs in the first round. That was the first little shocker he had. When he's throwing his own punches, Jennings, he leaves himself badly open at times. Forgets the other fella's allowed to punch too, and you can see shaken by that one. And this was even worse. Now that was a punch that he shouldn't have taken. He was on the defensive himself, so there's no reason. If you're on the defensive and you're taking punches, then that is a big mistake. So really he has to tighten up. He was boxing well in that round, but his defence is a little bit scattered and his chin definitely too high.
Has Michael Jennings recovered after the minute break, and the advice from Brian Hughes to box Dragomir, not get involved. Was there a point in that early round where he just smiled at Dragomir and maybe wanted to trade with him and shouldn't have done?
Yeah, I think he was shocked. See, I don't think he's worked Dragomir out yet. I'm quite impressed the way he gets himself nice and close before he lets the punches go. He doesn't swing big hopeful shots out of range. You can see now he's trying to get himself close. So with these kind of fellows, you either have to jab and get yourself out of there, or you have to put enough power in the jab to stop them in their tracks. But Jennings is doing neither, and this fellow's coming through his punches.
Looking for the big shots. Dragomir. Jennings just gets through with a right there, and some nice work to the body. This is developing, this fight.
Well, I said earlier I felt Jennings was going to have to work hard tonight, but he's working harder than even I thought. This is a good test for him.
6 stoppage wins for Dragomir, 10 for Michael Jennings. Not massive punches, either of them. They've got 8 rounds to try and ensure an inside the distance victory one way or the other. Look at the way Dragomir's loading up.
Nice defensive boxing there from Jennings, though. Kept his chin out of harm's way. He's keeping his eyes fixed firmly on Dragomir. There's been a couple of lapses, but not now. I think his concentration. Good right hand.
Beautiful shot. Dragomir's got to go down in the 3rd round. Dramatic action here in this Michael Jennings fight. I'm not sure Dragomir's going to get up. He's going to be counted out. Knocked out round 3. What a fight. And the crowd have loved it. Michael Jennings went through trouble in the second round. Brian Hughes telling him off there, despite the fact he's got the knockout win.
Yeah, well, the mistakes that Brian Hughes will not be too pleased about, but overall that was an excellent night's work. The fight had reached a stage when some young fighters will maybe have tried to hide for a couple of rounds, get their senses and their boxing back together. Full credit to Jennings, he took the bull by the horns and he kept right on top of Dragomir, finished him with one punch. I do feel Dragomir could have got up from that day. You know, you can see as he sits here, he would have been able, but I think he felt the better man. Jennings was in control, he couldn't shake him out of that. But that was an excellent night's work from Michael Jennings. Had to work hard, as I said, but stuck with it well and ground out a good result.
Jennings caught by right hands in the second round, delivers one of his own to finish proceedings and give him his 11th stoppage win.
Yeah, well, he took the best work that Dragomir had to offer and come back with better. As I say, he could have looked to hide, he could have looked to try to do it the easy way from long range, but full credit to him, he stepped right in, finished the job, got it over. I mean, this is a fight that could have gone all the way if his attitude hadn't been right, and I think that was impressive stuff. There he is, entitled to be pleased with himself.
25 out of 25 for Michael Jennings. Be interesting for them to watch that one back, though.
It was a good test, but no disrespect to that lad. I boxed rubbish. You know, Brian went mad for me from round one, and
were you just over-eager for the first couple of rounds?
I was over-eager, because like sometimes I start off slow. In the last fight I started off slow against Chris Saunders, so this time I was thinking I'll try and get a fast start, and it didn't work for me how I planned it, like. But I'd never seen anything of the guy, no excuses. I'd had a few of different opponents, but
after that second round, Brian told you to box, and yet you showed us your power.
Yeah, I knew I could. I've always been pretty strong, but I've just never used it proper. And I caught me a few decent shots. Got warmed up like naturally. Do you know what I mean? Instead of trying to warm myself up before I was warm, if you know what I mean. And once that happened, I was all right. I was bang on. You know what I mean?
Your stablemate's the British champion, of course. Is it a bit frustrating you can't fight for the British title?
It is frustrating, but what can you do? It's just one of them things, isn't it? You know what I mean? David's a good friend as well. He's from the same gym, so we'll probably never end up boxing each other while we're both at Brian's gym anyway. But we'll probably take a different route and go for something else.